Good evening. We begin tonight with what the World Parrot Refuge in Coombs is calling needless slaughter. Volunteers at the sanctuary are in mourning over the loss of nearly 24 rabbits after they were shot and killed by a neighbor. The incident happened earlier this week, Tuesday afternoon, after the rabbits escaped from their enclosure and wandered onto the property next door. These rabbits had recently been transferred to the refuge from the campus of UVIC. RCMP have investigated the shootings, but they say there is nothing criminal about what happened. A News reporter Gord Kurbis has the latest.
They're supposed to be living out their lives in freedom, but the problem is these rabbits are on the wrong side of the fence, a mistake which on Tuesday cost many of them their lives.
We had a number of volunteers here and staff, and they were feeding and caring for the rabbits, and they were killing them maybe 20 feet away.
The World Parrot Refuge Center in Coombs was on the receiving end of 240 rabbits, which were creating problems down at the University of Victoria. The center was issued a permit and, working with various agencies, sterilized the animals, then transported them here.
They didn't have a home to go to. They were being killed, so the decision was made by these organizations that rescued them that they would find them a home for life. That's our motto here, a home for life.
Part of the permit required the animals to be kept in a secured area, but several found ways to escape through the fence. The center staff received a phone call saying the rabbits were loose and something needed to be done. Staff began working on the problem, but within 2 hours, they were horrified when they heard shots being fired.
They were terrified. They were right there, and it was the other side of the fence there where the rabbits were shot.
Staff say a man armed with a rifle was in this field in the process of shooting the rabbits. He said he was a licensed exterminator, but then quickly ran off when confronted.
A licensed exterminator wouldn't take off. He'd say, I have a license and I have a job to do and this is what I'm doing. But not very professional anyway.
News of how the rabbits were killed and even if they should have been allowed in Coombs to begin with has split the community.
Coombs has always been known for having many, many rabbits, so I think they should be allowed to play out here.
Well, they should never have brought them up. They should have been destroyed. They're everywhere.
But it was not only the rabbits from UVIC that were possibly executed. Mixed in with the collection were also a number of private pets.
Those are ones that you're seeing free-ranging outside of the pen. So I don't know how many of those possibly were killed.
And Vickery is worried that others that are still out there may end up in the shooter's sights as well.
Nobody's giving me a timeline and nobody's cooperating with me, so I'm afraid they might start shooting them again tonight.
Oceanside RCMP were called to the property on Tuesday right after the shooting and then again yesterday to help keep the peace. Police say they are still investigating the incident, but at this point it doesn't appear any laws were broken.
Most people are totally appalled by what happened. You know, there's the odd one who is afraid that rabbits will multiply by the million, you know, and it's like, no, they're all fixed.
We did try to contact the owner of the property where the rabbits were shot, but were unsuccessful. A bale of hay was left outside their locked gate, addressed from the dead rabbits, apologizing for any inconvenience they may have caused. In Coombs, Gord Kurbis, A News.